Arsenal's game yesterday. Arsenal winning the game by 1-0. Not the most memorable game in the world, I can tell you that. It was a pretty boring game. Crystal Palace do make it really, really difficult for you. But Arsenal winning 1-0, and it was the old boy Eze against his old team scoring a brilliant goal. And Arsenal then doing what Arsenal have been doing this season, keeping yet another clean sheet and go top of the league.
Yeah, it's funny because I was doing a watch along yesterday because I thought the 2:00 games were good, and they were good. I mean, they were all good this weekend. But literally in the live chat, you have it on yours as well. People go, Eze's so mid. Eze's not the player. Eze's this. Eze's not all that. Bang. And it was just literally people were doing it as that happened. And I was like, yeah, this modern obsession with like writing players off like really quickly is going to bite people in the back consistently, because he's been a fantastic player for Arsenal. And obviously, Palace were very sad to see him go. But I think, again, look, football's a bit weird at the moment. There are teams using tactics, as I said last week, that are a little bit Stoke, a little bit Wimbledon. But they are, you've got to use things in your Arsenal, pardon the pun, to get results. And when I look at Arsenal, I mean, people criticise it's another set piece, comes from a set piece. But they've only conceded 3 goals in 9 games, which is, they're going to be pushing Chelsea 04-05 for the defensive record. They take such pride in it. And I don't think they've had a shot on target in 2 games either. So, yeah, we can talk about Arsenal not scoring goals, but another team roll up to the Emirates, park the bus because they're terrified of opening up, and they pay the price that if you don't get a 0-0, you're not getting anything. No one's trying to beat Arsenal. They're just trying to get a 0-0. So maybe we need to reflect that to other teams, because it's not like people think Gyökeres is going to score a hat-trick every game. He's going to score a hat-trick with 9 defenders around him. Like, you're going to need a set piece. So I think people need to wake up to the fact that Arsenal are playing immaculately in the circumstances in front of them. And, Pep Guardiola can't open teams up when they're parking the bus like that. And, at the moment, as I said to you before the start of the video, the question is, when are Arsenal going to lose a game and who's going to challenge Arsenal? Because it's a long way to say they've won the title, but at the moment, they look unstoppable.
Yeah, they're looking good at the moment. I think what was also significant yesterday was the fact that, again, we saw players go off injured. So, Saliba comes off. And as I said, normally that's alarm bells over the past couple of seasons when that happens. And Mosquera just comes in and just does exactly the same what he was doing. You can bring on, your Mars Lewis Skelly. He played during the week and was brilliant instead of Calafiori. Declan Rice came off yesterday with a little knock. They were able to then bring on Marino. Saka wasn't having a great game, but then, Martinelli comes on. So it's that squad depth at the moment. And remember, Arsenal still got a lot of players to return from injury. Players like Madueke, Havertz, these guys that have hardly even figured this season. They are looking strong.
Ben White can't get a look in, can he? He'd start for most Premier League clubs.
Yeah, Ben White, who was like a staple at Arsenal for the last few seasons, can't get a look in, like you said. So at the moment, it's looking good. But listen, there will be big tests ahead. But I think that was a big win for Arsenal yesterday in context of what happened over the weekend. And, the Palace are a good side. I know they've now lost the last couple of games, but they're good. So you can see it in them. But they really did nullify them. Top of the table, right? Arsenal top now on 22 points. 4 points clear of Bournemouth. Bournemouth, not some of the traditional teams.
Top 4 is a madness. It's like some sort of glitch, isn't it, really?
Well, the top 4 is Arsenal on 22 points. Bournemouth second place on 18. Third place, Tottenham on 17 points. Big winners this weekend with everybody slipping up. Sunderland in the top 4